Welcome to Introduction to Ethics. This is just to give you a brief overview of the course and its requirements. And we'll do this quite quickly. This is where we're going. As you can see, we're going to look at a number of little items here. So first and foremost, let me talk about online courses. They're convenient, yes, that's true, that's all true, but they are demanding. You must be organised, you've got to be consistent, and you must be careful to use all the course materials. And that's just what this slide is all about. I'm sure your eyes have been scanning over it to see where it's going. But I want to really emphasize to you that an online course, great, but at the same time can be a challenge with being organized and requiring more work. We won't have any face-to-face discussions. You can phone me or be in contact with me. That's essential. And that's why it's important to be in contact with me. You just need to get in contact with me if you have questions, and that's the most important things. The things I'm expecting you to do is be consistent, to be in contact, to be participating in all the activities of the course, and prepare thoroughly and work through. And it's only reasonable if I'm expecting things of you. Well, you can expect things of me. You can expect I'm going to provide you with materials, both textbook and online, and I'm going to respond to you, and I'll provide you feedback as appropriate, and I'll be available if you contact with me by email, primarily by email, and I can be available for an office type chat over WebEx if that's what's really helpful to you. Let's just remember, here's some basics of the course. This is in the syllabus. You have no trouble going back to this. It tells you who I am, how to get in contact with me. The most important thing is that email me on D2L email. Use your D2 email and contact me on mine. I get many emails and I don't want to miss your email, so make sure you send it to me. It'll also identify you, and that's very important. There are a lot of students, and I don't know who you are. If you say, I'm Bill, I'll have no idea who Bill is, so I need you to tell me who you are. All right, textbooks. Look, don't make a big thing of this. You need 2 textbooks. Get one of the latest editions, somewhere the 5th or the 6th or the 7th. Get the cheapest one you can. Get them in paper book. They're fundamentally the same. And the chapter outlines are fundamentally the same. Work on the titles of them. The important thing is get a cheap one. It's atrocious, the cost of textbooks, and I just want to help you with that. So please feel free to just dig that around, and anyhow, any questions you have, just shoot me an email or buzz me a text or something. I'll try and help you with that. But basically, let's stick to these 2 textbooks and make it simple. By that I mean cheap. All right, textbooks, so much for that. What have you got to do with this course? You all want to get an A. Okay, all right, what you've got to do? Ace the 3 tests. Work properly with the online discussion forums. Remember, you do a submission and a response, and both are graded. Have a reflection essay, take it seriously, it's 20%, and your final exam. All the tests are online. The tests and the final are online, the quizzes, and they're fairly straightforward. All your work is to be presented online. And when I say online, I mean D2L. So just remember that. Look at the syllabus. It'll give you more on this. This will give you some information. This is basically what's in the syllabus. Just remember that the tests are important. But it's very important. See what's highlighted. It's essential that a student's success in the class is based upon the student's thorough preparation of the class materials. And remember that each unit builds on each other, and the tests are linked to the units. And so the tests will hold you back, and there's a requirement for you to complete the units before you take the test. So just remember that, and remember they come available at a certain time, namely when the tests come up. Well, class discussion forums. Look, you can read the syllabus. The bottom line is you have to do a submission and you have to do a response. The submission is yours, but do meet all the criteria. Use the headings in the syllabus. That's the way you get the maximum grade, because what that will help you do is answer all the issues. You can do the issues. When you've done that, you'll do well. If you just write a big one, and please put it in paragraphs. So use those headings, make them paragraphs. It'll help you. And if you're helping yourself, you'll help me, and I'll help you, and it'll be wonderful. The forum case response, that's fairly straightforward. make sure you make a good response to the person, but put your primary effort into the submission itself. That's where the heavy lifting is, if you can see that. The reflection essay. Really, I think what's important here is for you to realise that there are formalities. Look at the syllabus. The point of having you pre-approve your topic by me is not that I want to control everything you do, but simply to enable you to be successful. I don't want you biting off a subject that's this big and you can't do well in it. I want you to do well. It's an academic exercise. And remember, you've got to meet these 5 criteria, and that's important. When you see the rubric for grading the essay, it follows these 5 criteria. So, divide your essay up accordingly. You're not trying to write the best English essay in the world. You're trying to write a good English essay, but follow the outline and requirements. It's very important to do that. Okay. Syllabus questions, concerns, just get in contact with me. But primarily, you'll see it on D2L. The syllabus is everywhere. All right. This is very important. Each week in the videos, you'll find this on your screen like this. This is going to tell you what's important and what you take on the videos. So in other words, if you use this, it'll help you prepare for tests and help you prepare for the final. For example, number 2 here, course requirements. What's one of the requirements? Email me in D2L, right? That's one of the requirements. It's important to understand the major definitions and so forth. That's important. I'll come to a couple of those in a moment. You'll pick those up and you feed the chapter 1 of the textbook. All right, here's the objectives. You'll find again this is in the syllabus. You'll see that this is basically a course on reasoning in relation to ethical issues. If we were together in class, we could have arguments and debates, if you will. But here you have to demonstrate that on paper. So it's important. Anyway, there it is. See it in the syllabus. All the best with it. I'll tell you where we're going. The academic study of ethics really begins in this little tiny country called Greece, in a single city called Athens. Astonishing story, really. Hence, we're going to be focusing on the Western tradition in ethics. The academic study of ethics, since the time of Aristotle, has really been a Western endeavour. And that may seem strange, particularly if you come from other traditions, but ethics in a formalised, structured study with definitions and categories has really been part of the Western tradition. And you're being introduced to that today, and that's where it's from. Ethics is a part of the biggest subject of philosophy. It's under the rubric of value theory. It revolves around what is the good life, how do you live the good life well, ethics. Well, you can see the divisions, it's fairly standard, but is a subdivision of ethics, a subdivision of philosophy. That's what often counts for an introduction to philosophy. There are a number of different definitions for morality and ethics, much debated. For example, John Frame says morality and ethics are basically synonyms. On the other hand, Dubna insists that morality is traditions and dominant customs, whereas ethics is merely the academic reflection upon that. I think the most helpful thing for us in the course is to think of ethics as how do you get to the good life? Ethics is the application to our whole life of commonly accepted principles and standards that help us make good judgments. But in the academic sense, it requires academic rigour, and you'll be introduced to that here. We're going to be primarily looking at normative ethics, but we'll get some descriptive ethics. In the first chapter of the textbook, this distinction will be drawn to you. It's a minor part of the course, those distinctions. All right, a couple of things on value. Ethics is concerned around value. What's really important in life for you? And virtue is the grounds of praise of somebody. So value and virtue are two different things. And understand that sometimes virtue has some very strange value categories. Bottom line is that they are a little more nebulous. Value is a very principial thing. But norms and ethical norms, they're sort of principles and criteria. They're not just like the Ten Commandments or instructions, you shall not or you shall do this or that. But rather, It's a whole plethora of, if you like, command instructions which govern conduct. That's what norms and ethical norms are about. Again, you'll get more of these terms as you go along. There's some other distinctions we're going to be introduced to. Moral goodness, rights, obligation, justice. Yes, justice, and what is justice, is a part of ethics. Yeah, it's really at the high value of what's the value which is lived out in a life, which means you say you're a just person or a just society. Well, what are the criteria which define that? And lastly, a major tool that we use is reasoning. In other words, you can have any opinion you like in this class, but you have reasons and explanations and justifications. Simply saying that's right or that's wrong, you can say that, but you need to have a justification for it. Whatever is your personal standard is your personal standard. But you find that what we'll be studying in this class is primarily norms and ethics in the social, wider society context. So we are concerned with duties and rights and responsibilities, and you'll see that in the various discussions of ethics that we'll go through in the class. So some personal ethics, but a lot goes in terms of society. For us, in other words, the study of ethics is primarily in the community context. It'd be good to get to know each other. One of the forums is getting to know each other. Please give the information in the forum. We'd love to get to know you and meet you and get to know each other. You'll get to know me through the videos. And so I'm looking forward to getting to know you. Please do that. Again, here's the key what items you need to know from today. Again, remember, in every video you'll have this. This will help you. You'll find there is a PDF copy of this with each unit. So use it. Use it as a study outline for when you're getting ready for your tests and exams. Your class assignment is do the getting to know you assignment in the collaborative learning section. Find the discussion there, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you.